Passengers on board an Alaska Airlines flight headed to San Diego from Seattle looked out their window. Take a look at this. Imagine if you were on this flight and this is what you saw. Something alarming, a metal paneling that covers the plane engine. It flew off.
Yikes. The video is getting a lot of attention on social media. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedall joins us live from San Diego International Airport. She talked to a passenger on board that flight who told us what happened. And Kelly, I had to imagine they were pretty startled.
Yeah, it was pretty startling. Now, just to point this out, the video that you just played, that was shot as they were making that emergency landing at the Seattle airport. Now, the passenger I spoke to, Jacqueline Stonas, she kind of walked me through what happened before the video was shot. Now, she says they were up in the air for maybe an hour or so after taking off from Seattle when she says a flight attendant said this.
Just to let all of you know, we're looking for a place to land. And there was kind of some collective, gasps around because we were within the first hour of the flight, so obviously not time to land.
So here's a photo of what the plane looked like up in the sky, and you can tell that the metal paneling that covers the engine was already starting to come off on one side. Then here's video as they were making that emergency landing at the airport in Seattle. Alaska Airlines says this is a Boeing 737-900ER, and you can see that metal paneling that covers the engine fly off. That's called the cowling. Now, the reason for the emergency landing was the pilot told them they were feeling some sort of vibration on one side of the plane. So he said, let's return to Seattle, let the mechanics take a look. Stonas says everyone was calm. She was seated at the back of the plane, so she didn't see the metal cover come off, but says people sitting near the wings started hitting the call flight attendant button. The flight attendants were like, if it's not an emergency, turn off your call button, but if it is, hit it again, and people started hitting it again. Now, once they got off the plane, Stonas says she looked up and was pretty stunned.
When we were walking out and I walked by the wing and I actually looked out and you could actually see the motor, that's when I stopped and, snapped a photo. And I was like, no wonder they were all calling the flight attendants, to show them that literally there was issues going on with the plane. I travel a lot, and I texted my husband and said, okay, never have I ever, and sent him this picture. And he was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh is right. Now, overall, she says Alaska Airlines handled this situation well. All 176 people on board. Nobody was hurt. They all ended up getting on another flight to San Diego, and they made it here safely. Heather and Carlo.
Kelly, has Alaska Airlines said yet what may have caused this all to happen?
No, Alaska Airlines hasn't said what caused this to happen, but they did say that they took that plane temporarily out of service and they had their safety team investigating. Meanwhile, Stonas told me that all the passengers got meal vouchers as well as credit toward a future flight. And her attitude was kind of like, you take a risk every time you get behind the wheel of a car, every time you get on an airplane. It's just part of the risk of flying, is what she said.
Still a little bit of nervousness she's going to have to get over getting back on that first flight, I would. Kelly Hessedall reporting live for us. Thanks, Kelly.